Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Degenerate Racing League. We are starting soon. Officially, the qualifying session has actually gotten underway already, and we are rolling at the green flag. And let's take a look at the calendar to figure out where we've been and where things are going. Or not. For Barcelona, we've been there, done that. Donington Park, Coda, Indianapolis, Brands Hatch, Hungaroring. We've been to the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, Spa, Kyalami, Suzuka, Watkins Glen, and now finishing round 12 at the Red Bull Ring. Just 1 week late due to the issues that were happening in the Pacific Northwest, a lot of server issues and a lot of drivers that were unable to make it. So now that the power has been restored in the Pacific Northwest, we're back to racing. This will be it for the championship series. And some categories it's already been decided, and some not so much. Neil Kerbel leads Mike Bowen over Oliver Sogren. There's your championship battle for the pro category. In the Pro-Am, Shooter McGavin over Evans Vogue and Sean Ches. There's your 1, 2, 3 as well. In the Am category, it's quite close. Wes Romery with 268 points to 257 to Nelson Hernandez. Jay Paisa leading in third with 223. And of course, this is after drop rounds have been applied. So 2 lowest rounds being taken out of the contention. And we'll be talking to all of the drivers here at the end of this event to talk to them about their wonderful season that they've have driven so far. And it'll be fun to talk to them for sure, because we have a lot of things going on for this event. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much for participating. Really enjoy the love and support. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and look at what the drivers are doing in the qualifying session. Right now, Neil Kerbel leads just barely over Stofko, then Atherton, Sogren, Mike Bowen, Peter Hutchings in driving the Bentley, Joshua Rodriguez, Max Power, Spencer Braun, Burt Macklin, Shooter McGavin, Suniga, I believe, driving the Honda NSX, Frank Castle, Grant Zahara, Daniel Hirsch, and Norris Yu rounding out the top drivers in the Pro and Pro-Am category. Right now, this is Mike Bowen in P4 overall, but he's doing some better driving than he has been in his previous rounds, and he's gaining a little bit of time right now. He's going to keep on going as far as we're concerned, and he is gaining some time, but not enough to make this lap any more valid than his previous attempts. Max Power is just rolling out of the pits as we speak, so that'll be a little bit of time for him to get rolling. And we are rolling for sure. This is Norris Yu. Taking a look at the timing, Jacob Stofko driving the Ferrari is looking like he might snatch away the purple lap. He's only 500ths away from Neil Kerbel's time at 28.2, and right now he's up 2/10 on his personal best, so he might be able to snatch away that pole position from Neil Kerbel, who's leading the pro category right now. And it's awfully close in the championship. There it is, Mike Bowen actually. Like I said, I counted him out earlier in this lap, but he actually snatches away pole position with a 28.212. Doing a great job of keeping that lap together and maintaining that momentum that he needed to jump ahead. And now there's only 200 separating him and Neil Kerbel, and only 700 separating Jacob Stofko from his pole position. What's going on, Legal Beard? Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hope you're enjoying the DRL, the Degenerate Racing League, and everything they have to offer. If this is something that you're interested in joining or participating in, exclamation point DRL should be working. I will fix that in just 1 second. And we'll get exclamation point DRL working in just a moment, where you can join into the Discord and participate with all these fine gentlemen and ladies. And there's a YouTube channel as well, where all these videos get posted live pretty much the day after. So you can watch all these action-packed moments again and again and again. Jacob Stofko did take away pole position with a 28.037 over Mike Bowen. Legal Beard says, I recently signed up because someone named Donovan said I should join. Absolutely. I don't care if it's Donovan, Jacob Stofko, Peter Hutchins, but yeah, get into the action. It's quite fun. And there's also a endurance event coming up on December 14th at the Hungaroring. If you're down to find a team to race with, I highly recommend getting in part of that. A couple people will be driving solo in that event, but more than welcome to try to find a team. Plenty of them available. Daniel Hirsch pulling over on the side of the road, ending his qualifying session. And so this is a split qualifying. So the pro drivers went out for the first 10 minutes, and now it's time for the remaining pro-ams and amateurs to go out and have their 10 minutes of peace as they attempt to tackle the Red Bull Ring. Thank you for the follow, Sun Yidga. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Degenerate Race League. Thank you for the follow, Legal Beard. Appreciate the love and support, my friend. And hopefully we'll be seeing you next year when the Degenerate Racing League starts up their next league racing. Hopefully I'll be back and able to commentate for these wonderful people. The action has been non-stop. We have over 30 drivers, 33 drivers total, racing in the DRL right now. Don Donovan. That's who you're talking about. Mr. Don Donovan for the Diesel Racing team. And he is rolling out for the AMs, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check. Yes, he is rolling out for the AMs. And where is Mr. Don Donovan in the standings right now? Don Donovan. He's 8th in class right now. He has not been able to make every single race. He's only made a handful, 5 races. I imagine if he did show up for a couple more, he would be quite successful. He snatched away 2 victories, one at race 10 and one at race 11, so the man has got some pace beneath him, and he's quite consistent as well. Legal Bear says, yeah, just talked to him 15 minutes ago, told me to check it out. Well, thank you very much to Don Donovan for passing along the recommendation. The more people that we have in chat, the more interactive I can be, and the more fun I end up having, to be honest with you. I really appreciate everybody stopping by to share the love and provide some insight as to why they're even here. Because it's quite hard to get people to enjoy league racing broadcasting over just one guy driving around, as we just discussed in the Discord. So I appreciate all the love and support to help me keep me going in my dreams to become a professional broadcaster. I like to think sometimes I've made it, but not quite yet. We do have a packed schedule here at the DRL and amongst other leagues that I commentate for. So if you like and subscribe and all that hefty stuff, you'll find out more about my schedule and where I am broadcasting at. But let's talk about the racing. Right now, Shooter McGavin, the leader of your championship in the Pro-Ams, is in first place. Evans Vorg, second place in the championship, is in second place. Grant Zahara in third place. Sean Ches in fourth. Artur Jimenez in fourth. Tyler Morgan, of all people, in first place in the amateurs. And there goes Tyler Morgan. Don Donovan trying to snatch away that pole position for the amateur category. That 333 is awfully threatening, just 1/10 away from Tyler Morgan's time. Wes Romery, first place in the championship, has to secure a win if he wants to stay ahead of Nelson Hernandez. And hopefully he can do so. That 444 is in third place in his standings. Jay Pice, a third in the championship, right now nestled into fourth place in his standings. Buggy Watt, Ricky Bobby, John Malott. Nelson Hernandez has really had an issue ever since he had a mechanical failure of his throttle pedal. I feel like he really never got back true to form and really has been hindered by that setback that he had earlier on. He was winning left, right, and center. First place, third place, third place, first place, second place, first place. And then all of a sudden he trickled back with 3 6th place finishes in a row since round 9. And that's really hurt his chances. But here's Evan Zvor going around in the Cocaine McLaren. And he's doing pretty good overall. He is now leading. I believe so. He is now leading over Shooter McGavin, correct. And that is going to be helping his chances at securing a victory. Take a look at the standings. Is it mathematically possible for him to win? Let's check out the scoring. 36 points for P1, 30 points for P2, so just a 6-point difference. And Evans Vorg is about 18 points back. He would need Shooter McGavin to basically DNF for him to have a chance. And Shooter McGavin's been a little bit too consistent for that as of late. Second place, first place, second place, third place, second place for the last 5 races that he's been in. So nothing but podiums on his registration so far. And we've got 4 minutes left in the qualifying session, everybody. Just a little bit of time remaining before we get to the racing action. And the racing action will be quick, fast, in a hurry. And that 45 minutes is going to go by very fast. Here comes Nelson Hernandez with an actual lap that is good and valid. He is 1.6 off the pace, but it's good enough for second place in class. And look at the difference between Nelson Hernandez and Wes Romare. You could basically blink and miss them both at the same time. 1.658, 1.663, and not even a hundredth separating those two drivers right now. Just a couple of thousandths. And that'll be amazing to see on track how they can keep up with each other. Because if Nelson Hernandez and Wes Romare can keep battling all race long, that'll be some great entertainment. And the separation of points is only 9 points separating the two of them. And like I said earlier, it's a 6-point gap. Basically, if Nelson Hernandez wins the race and it looks like Wes Romare places third, the championship can go back into Nelson Hernandez's lap. We'll have to keep an eye on those two, as that's the most mathematically possible thing to happen, is waiting for Nelson Hernandez and Wes Romare to finish this race and figure out where they're going to end up. Here's Ricky Bobby for the Shake and Bake squad. Number 26. Awesome looking livery. Russell Stanford in the AM category, in the Pro-Ams, excuse me. In the number 20, black McLaren for Russ Money. What is Pole's lap time thus far? I believe it is a 128.0. Jacob Stofko has set a 128 flat. 128.037 right now is the pole position. And Tyler Morgan, a little abuse of track limits there coming out of T1. It probably won't be a valid lap for him this time around. Going a little bit deep and wide for the Brundle Racing team, but he does have position in his class right now, and he's doing quite well at it. 444 of Wes Romare warping back to the pits, seemingly having an incident through the infield. 1 minute left in this qualifying session. Wes Romare will not get another crack at it. Will be stuck behind Nelson Hernandez, who has also taken a pit, and presumably not be able to go back out again. Evans Vorg pulling off at T1 himself, knowing that that was the end of his session. A couple of drivers just finishing up their laps to 16. Of Sean Ches, and who else is that? Don Fossman, possibly. Now that's Russell Stanford, the 26th place car. Both the McLarens racing each other to the end of their laps. Here's Don Fossman for the Party Pickles finishing up his lap. And where does Fossman go? Fossman goes into 29th in the number 11, 3 seconds off of the pace of the leaders. but still finishing strong. Sunyiga, what's going on? Just noticed, first time chatter. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. Hopefully you're enjoying the racing if you are involved. And we've got 4 minutes of a waiting period, but right now it looks like Jacob Stofko leads over Mike Bowen, Neil Kerbel, Peter Hutchings in fourth place, driving that Bentley, Max Power, Oliver Sogren, Cooper Atherton, Samuel Saniga. I'm going to go with Saniga. Spencer Braun, Norris Yu, Artur Hermanis, Joshua Rodriguez, Mitch Nyardi, Evans Vogue, Burt Macklin, Shooter McGavin, Frank Castle, Kevin Palaniuk, Tyler Morgan, Daniel Hirsch, Don Donovan, Sean Chez, Nelson Hernandez, Wes Romery, Grant Sahara, Russell Stanford, Jay Pice, Don Fossman, Alan Young, Buggy Watt, Ricky Bobby, John Malott, and Eric the Boss Kakassian, rounding out the 32 drivers that have entered this championship so far. In just a few moments, we will get our livery showcase underway. We're going to run a quick ad. That way we have none for the race. Stand by and be right back. Without any further delay, let's get the livery showcase started and do our grid walk down. MP1, we have Jacob Stofko with a 28.037 in first place in the number 34, representing Canada. In second place, just 1/10 off of that, is Mike Bowen in the 119 McLaren. Neil Kerbel driving the Nissan GT-R, the number 395 from the United States. Peter Hutchings driving the Bentley, and the number 144. Max Power in the number 42, the first of the Mercedes in the number 42. Oliver Sogren, the number 38, representing Norway, and he is in 6th place. Cooper Atherton in 7th place, driving the 720S in the number 720. Spencer Braun, the number 7, is in 8th place, and from Canada, he's 6/10 back. Norris Yu, the number 530, from Canada, is in 9th place. Artur Hermanis, the number 44, is in 10th place overall. Joshua Rodriguez, the number 93, he's in 11th place, 9/10 back. Mitch Nyardi, in the number 32 from Canada, is in 12th place. Evans Vogue, the number 52, in 13th place, 2nd place in his championship. Burt Macklin, the number 4, in 14th position right now. Shooter McGavin, the number 69, nice, in 15th position overall, 1 second back. 1.1 off the pace is Frank Castle, the number 5, with his teammate Burt Macklin right in front of him. Kevin Palaniuk, the number 19 for Team Bluey, he's in 17th position. Tyler Morgan, the number 72, is in 18th position overall for the Brundle Racing Team. Daniel Hirsch and his brother Kyle Hirsch, but the number 48 is Daniel's car. Don Donovan, the triple 3, is in 20th position overall. Sean Ches, the number 16, is going to be from Canada in 21st. Pitt Vollen says, Sweden, let's go. Nelson Hernandez, the number 3, in 22nd position. Wes Romery, the triple 4, in the number 23 spot. Grant Zahar, the number 23, is in 24th spot. So close. Russell Stanford, the number 20, is in 25. Jay Paisa, the number 135, third in the championship right now, driving the lonely Audi, is in 26. Don Fossman in the Party Pickles in the number 11 is in 27th position. Alan Young, the number 668, is in the 28th spot. Buggy Watt bringing up 29th spot, and he is in the 410. Ricky Bobby, the number 26, teammates with the Shake and Bake team, in 30th. John Malott, the number 85, in 31st position. Eric the Boss Gakassian, the number 55, driving the other Nissan GTR, in the number 32 spot. Samuel Suniga in the number 276, driving the Honda NSX. Short formation lap here at the DRL, so the drivers will pretty much stay double file until they get to the starting line. Mandatory tire change. So we will see fixed position 30-second stops for all the drivers, basically. No surprise strategies going on there. And imagine some drivers will take a short refuel as well. Potentially splitting this one down the middle might be the best shot that you have, unless you can find some clean air and drive pretty much the 40 minutes without too much regard for your pit stop. Take the cold tires at the very end of your lap. That could be how some drivers do it. Others might decide to split this one down the middle or even pit early to find that clean air. Green, 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 away we go. Stoffco jumps Mike Bowen right away at the inside of turn 1. Goes Mike Bowen on the defensive, and the Bentley almost touches that McLaren out in front. But no, it's side by side, 2x2. A lot of drivers going very wide for turn 1 to allow them the racing room. Here goes Stoffco going forward on Mike Bowen at the entrance to the next corner. This will be turn 3 of Remus, and it looks like Stoffco is able to get it done. And here goes Neil Kerbel around the outside of Mike Bowen as well. A little bit of touching there between him and that McLaren, but no love lost between drivers. They're still going forward. The 720S losing out 2 positions right away. There goes Neil Kerbel up the inside again, making moves, shaking and baking, trying to get one done on Jacob Stoffco, racing with his heart on his sleeve for sure on this opening lap, trying to get moves done, trying to make things happen. Neil Kerbel is on the run right now, away from Mike Bowen and the battling Bentley from behind. Gaps all over the place. Here we're on board with Neil Kerbel as he chases down the Ferrari in front of Jacob Stoffco. A little bit of drift coming through turn 9, but out through turn 10, the Red Bull Mobile. He's managing to hold on, losing a little bit of pace there. Behind Stoffco, Mike Bowen might be under attack right now from the battling Bentley behind. But no, he is not. Cooper Atherton now trying to go aggressively with Oliver Sogren at the first straightaway. Might see a little bit of a pinch here going in towards turn 2, the slight kink. And on our way to turn 3, will it be neat and tidy? And there goes a battling Cooper Atherton up the inside. Does a great job of holding on. And he is through, done and dusted. And Max Power might drag himself along again to get past Oliver Sogren himself. But he's going to have to go the long way around the outside at turn 4, I think. And he's trying to go the long way around the outside. Can't find the daylight to make the move stick, though. And it's back to status quo, single file line as we speak. Let's check out on Don Donovan as he's battling it out with Tyler Morgan. This is going to have championship implications right now. And there is a Kevin Palaniuk who's escaped with his life, and the two battling Aston Martin V8s are going to go after it. And there goes a big lunge from Don Donovan, looking like he wanted to make a move on Tyler Morgan going into Worth. But no, staying back from it. Nelson Hernandez now making his move up the inside at Rinkt. He's already escaped the clutches of, oh my God, Wes Romery has found his way all the way back to 31 position. And that 444 is not having a great run at it. And this could be Nelson Hernandez's opportunity to climb back in the championship and win it back as long as he finishes this race pretty much. He's got it all handed to him. Norris Hugh getting involved with the incident with Shooter McGavin. Norris Hugh tumbles down the order, 22 position right there on the rear wing of Evans Borg. We're looking backwards at the next closest driver. That'll be Mitch Nyardi, who's about 7/10 away. Let's check out Don Fossman's battle with Buggy Watt. Buggy Watt on the inside line, drifting a little too far wide, going over the sausages. And there goes Tyler Morgan. Oh no, that was Wes Romery and Alan Young. Oh no, Wes Romery getting involved in an accident. No, at Remus. And that really will be the end of this championship, I believe. As long as nothing terrible happens to Nelson Hernandez, this might be his race to give up. And Wes Romery definitely needs to come into the pits. That car does not look like it's tracking straight. It's got significant damage to it. Let's go inside the car and see if that wheel's even straight. Oh, he's getting so much understeer out of this car. It's not tracking straight at all. The aero is completely washed out. Wes, please come into the pits as soon as possible and find that clean air and try to clinch back this championship. Give us the show we're all paying to see, brother. Kevin Palaniuk in a battle with Tyler Morgan at turn 1, the Niki Lauda curve. And there goes through Don Donovan around Kevin Palaniuk because he's in a battle with Tyler Morgan. He knows Palaniuk is not his trouble right now, but obviously wants to battle in his class, getting a little hip check there. But now getting a nice run at Tyler Morgan. Don Donovan actually holding on to the lead in front of Morgan. And Donovan trying to get through. Oh, at turn 3, throws a big squeeze down at Schlossgold. Turn 4. And look at the fanning of cars coming through turn 4. Absolutely beautiful sight to see. There goes Paisa also trying to get past, and Kevin Palaniuk is able to get around Artur Hermanis in the foreground, and Jay Paisa with Samantha Tan Racing able to battle it out with, I believe that's Russell Stanford, Russ Money. Yes, it is. Looking forward as well. Grant Zahara's trying to make his move around Artur Hermanis. Man, there is action everywhere. This is a glorified oval circuit. And coming in through turn 9, nose to tail for all the drivers. Palaniuk's going a little bit wide, battling with Nelson Hernandez, who's Hernandez not even in that class battle, but he's able to get through on Palaniuk. And look at this 4-way squeeze, almost 3 wide guaranteed, coming down the front stretch. There goes a whoa, big squeeze and a big look from that Mustang. I thought it was definitely going to be 3 wide going in. I thought Artur Hermanis was going to squeeze Grant Zahara back into a 3 wide, but Grant Zahara backed out of it very smartly. Up the inside goes Artur Hermanis on Kevin Palaniuk in the Team Bluey car. That number 19 Ferrari going over the sausage curbs, losing out quite a bit of time. And now Grant Zahara is going to get his opportunity to get past as well. Looking like he wants to get past that number 19 up the inside at turn 4. Is he able to get it done? I believe he is able to get it done. Oh, it's still side by side coming in through turn 5. Outside line turns into the inside line. Palaniuk sends it, licks the stamp, and just seals the envelope, trying to push that Mustang out to the outside line. We've seen that happen in Formula 1 before. Not in GT3 racing, though. And Zahara backs out quickly and smartly. Doesn't want to lose out on some points in this championship that he could possibly gain. Amazing six-way battle that we're seeing right now. This battling pack of cars. Zahara yeets it off into the wall, got a bit of a tank slapper, and just goes off at the end of turn 10 and straight off into the wall. Unforced error out of him, and that's got to hurt his wrist for sure. Kevin Palaniuk, Norris Yu getting past Palaniuk at the entrance towards turn 3, and there goes a bump in the rump for sure. I think Russ Money just missed his braking point, runs into the back of Palaniuk, who was just absolutely unsuspecting. Eric Gakassian battling it out with Daniel Hirsch, 22 and 23 position overall, but the two pros going after it like they're winning a race here. Side by side going in towards turn 4. Gakassian tucks back in behind Daniel Hirsch. The number 48 AMG. Side by side we go through turn 5. And now Gakassian has nowhere to go. Can't even turn in just yet behind that AMG riding in front. Check out the battle for the last podium position right now. Peter Hutchings got passed by Neil Kerbel just a moment ago. I believe Neil is trying to defend this position as much as possible. Hutchins up the inside line at turn 2 and now through turn 3 files in single file line. The 144 backs up the 395. Bentley trying to find a way around the 395 GTR that Neil Kerbel is driving. Almost getting touched there. Coming in through turn 4, Schlossgold. A bit of a wiggle there of the rear end of the Bentley, uncharacteristically like. And it's got to be interesting driving a right-hand drive vehicle when every other car in ACC is going to be left-hand drive. Looking at positions gained overall, it's all status quo for the top 4. Cooper Atherton's gained 2 positions. Big changes in the midfield. Burt Macklin's up 5. Shooter McGavin, Frank Castle all up 5. Don Donovan's gained 6 positions overall. Nelson Hernandez has gained 6. Samuel Suniga has gained 13 positions off the break. Started off in 33, now into 20th position. Here's the battling Bentley chasing down Neil Kerbel again through turn 3, single file line. But here's Mitch Nyardi now giving the squeeze to Max Power, and there's Don Donovan in the background trying to find a way through, trying to put a squeeze on Mitch Nyardi. Up the inside at turn 2 and into turn 3 we go. Let's take a helicam look at this one and see if we can find out where the gap has gone, and it's not gone Don Donovan's way, as he has to back out. There goes Nelson Hernandez. Nelson Hernandez in the background loses out at turn 3, Remus, and he is absolutely parked right now. I believe that was Tyler Morgan that he was involved in an incident with. And where is the 444 of Wes Romery? Wes Romery, the 444, is in 28th spot. They are now going to be very close in the championship standings. That is huge right now. Elbows are coming out 12 minutes into this race, folks. The drivers have gotten a little bit squirrely, and no, I'm not talking about Joshua Worley, but some of their concentration has started to lapse, and the clean races that Nelson Hernandez needed to have no longer going his way. And there's Tyler Morgan on his recovery drive trying to get back past Palaniuk. He was able to do so. Let's check out Don Donovan and Mitch Nyardi, Max Power. This trio battling it out for quite some time. There goes another look from the AMR. Trying to go the long way around at turn 4. Pinches down on Nyardi at turn 4, and a little bit of door banging there, more door banging as Don Donovan's trying to find the real estate through the kink and forcing Nyardi to give it to him. And there goes Nyardi up the inside. The AMR has to find the gap on a little bit of an over-under, but can't do it. The Nyardi vehicle is just pulled away with all that acceleration that McLaren has. Elbows out for sure from all the drivers. We're seeing a lot of racing, and rubbing is racing now. Absolutely legal, Beard. Battle for P3 right now. Neil Kerbel with a big drift coming through the Niki Lauda curve. And who's going to be in front? I think the Bentley might finally have the position done and dusted. And now it is going to be done and dusted. That Bentley is way out in front of the 395. And lurking in the background is Cooper Atherton and Oliver Sogren trying to find a move. And there goes a big dive from the 720S of Cooper Atherton. Just absolutely send it, but somehow was able to make the curve. And Neil Kerbel with the heads-up driving just allowed that one to happen. But thinking about self-preservation and the championship at stake here. Oh, and the 720S gets a little bit of a bump there from the 395. And Sogren's able to get through. Now Spencer Braun's lurking in the background, trying to get past Neil Kerbel. And things are getting a little bit more exciting by the minute. We thought it was exciting at minute 32. Now they're exciting at minute number 30. And the drivers surely won't stop here. Neil Kerbel leading over Spencer Braun, now down into 6th place, has lost out 3 positions in 1 lap already. Coming through Red Bull Mobile. Turn 10 and onto the final straightaway. Trying to find the next battle. Frank Castle, Kevin Palaniuk. Frank Castle chasing down Kevin Palaniuk as well. Palaniuk's kind of been a sitting duck for a little while in that Ferrari. Kevin Palaniuk is actually 4th place in his championship. Evans Vorg and Shooter McGavin are next up on the list. And they're in 9th and 10th overall. The 69 leads the 52 by around 5.5 seconds. Norris Yu and Suniga going side by side through turn 1. And they're leaving each other a ton of room. Hopefully enough overlap through turn 2 as well. And there goes the entrance towards turn 4. The NSX there is on the inside. It gets a little bit of a wiggle of oversteer on the exit run that he is trying to get, and the McLaren drives away in front. Beautiful looking livery from Norris Yu and Mitch Nyardi's team. One of my favorites on the grid for sure. And the NSX having another big drift coming through Worth, but now is able to get the position done on the McLaren, who had a little bit of a mishap there. Neil Kerbel gains the position over Sogren. The 395 beats out the 38 going in towards turn 1 and in through turn 2, the little kink here. 1.6 away from Cooper Atherton and Peter Hutchings. Leading this trio is Neil Kerbel in 5th place over Oliver Sogren and Spencer Braun. Amazing racing ship that we've seen all night long. Let's keep it up for the next 25 minutes or so and get us to the very end of this. The last round of the championship has been exciting and telling for sure. It can only get more exciting from here, as the championships have not really been mathematically decided yet. Some of them are mostly sealed, but not completely sealed. Obviously, a big wreck or DNF can always ruin things. Spencer Braun into the pit lane. He'll be the first of the pit stoppers tonight. Take his mandatory tires and get back out there. Trying to see who else is taking their pits. John Malott and Russell Stanford have also taken their pit stops, but Braun coming in for theirs after being in a championship standings place. I guess I should call him one of the front runners of the event. Things have kind of settled down now. Let's check out Tyler Morgan and Daniel Hirsch's battle. Things were under a second just a moment ago, but Tyler Morgan having a slip up through turn one, slowing him down a little bit behind Tyler Morgan, or behind Daniel Hirsch. John Malott chasing down Wes Romery. And this will have championship implications here. Nelson Hernandez in third place, in 5th place overall. And Romery has taken his pit stop. So he will gain a position over Nelson Hernandez by the time the cycle has been completed. Nelson Hernandez taking his pit stop now. Frank Castle, Ricky Bobby, all taking their pit stops, splitting this race almost down the middle. Let's keep an eye on Wes Romery. And where he comes out in relation to Nelson Hernandez. Nelson Hernandez has already rolled out the NJHX team coming in through turn 3, and Wes Romery just a couple places behind right now. The gap is officially going to be around 10 seconds away. Ricky Bobby going a little bit slowly at the exit of turn 3. What happened to Ricky Bobby? He's a sitting duck right now. Getting passed by all sorts of cars. Perhaps getting the blue flags waved at him already. I believe that would be the case. Wes Romery is now about 18 to 20 seconds back from Nelson Hernandez, as Hernandez seemingly not been caught up to by the front runners and having to give up all that time. You could see the gaggle of vehicles behind him now. And the NSX spins out of, who is that again? That'll be Samuel Suniga, who has spun out in the 276. Was wrestled up into the top 10, now tumbles down to 13th position overall. Spencer Braun battling it out with Buggy Watt, not for position really in their own right, but more for track position, as Buggy Watt has not taken their pit stop in the number 410, and Spencer Braun has, and able to get that move done pretty easily. Now Tyler Morgan battling it out with Jay Pisa, both of these cars in the amateur class for the lead. The 135 leads over the 72, but not for long as they enter turn 6. A little bit of kissing going on there between vehicles. It looks like Tyler Morgan won't want to give this one up without a fight coming in through Rao and in through Worth. And on the back straight, Tyler Morgan gets the position over Jay Paisa, done and dusted. For how long will Tyler Morgan be able to hold on? We've seen him be a little inconsistent tonight, having a couple of incidences. Hopefully nothing happens to him again. Paisa going a little bit deep and wide at the exit of turn 10. Now losing that time. Shooter McGavin into the pits. Evans Vorg into the pits. Saniga into the pits. Sean Chez into the pits as well. Whole mess of pit stops coming out as we've approached and completed the halfway point. And now there goes Nelson Hernandez, giving up some of that time that I talked about earlier. He's now getting passed by the cars that have not pit stopped yet. So he is getting waved with blue flags. Burt Macklin, the next person to get around Buggy Watt, coming down the main straight and in towards turn 1, up the inside line. Buggy Watt dives out of the way, allows Burt Macklin to drive right on through. And coming down the second straightaway and in towards turn 2, who is the next person to catch up to Buggy Watt? Shooter McGavin gets past Buggy as he just completed his pit stop. He's going to be on cold tires though. Checking back in with the Wes Romery battle. He is 1.5 away from Ricky Bobby, 8.2 away from Ricky Bobby, and Ricky Bobby's 1.8 away from Don Fossman in front. Wes Romery's got to put the pedal to the metal, but drive consistently to make it to the end. Let's see what the points would be for 7th place. 7th place is going to be 13 points, and it'll be 18 points for P5 for Nelson Hernandez. So it'll just be 5 points separating them. It won't be enough for Nelson Hernandez to clinch back the championship, as I believe he needed 9 points. So Nelson Hernandez needs to make up at least one more position to challenge for the lead, points standing wise, and hopefully he can do so to spice up this standings. But he's got quite a few cars between himself and Don Donovan, Jay Paisa, Tyler Morgan, and Buggy Watt obviously not taking his pit stop yet, so that'll be about, I think that's 60 seconds. Yeah, we're looking at about 60-second stops. It's 28.3 transient, 29-ish, and then 30 seconds stationary. So we're basically looking at 30 plus 30. And Wes just drifting it through turn 10. Is he able to maintain the car? I think he is able to do so, but just barely avoids the wall. Hutchings pit, Neil Kerbel's on his way out, Nairati's pit, Cooper Atherton's into the pits now. The cycle has been initiated and now is on its way to completion. I think Cooper Atherton with a stop-go 30 though. Now serving that stop-go 30. Or is he serving his mandatory pit stop? Max Power, the last of the drivers, along with Buggy Watt, who have not taken their pit stop. We've got 18 minutes left to go in this event. Kevin Palaniuk battling it out with Jay Paisa, number 19, chasing down the 135 out in front. The Audi R8. LMS getting chased down by the newer gen Ferrari. A Ferrari 296. 2.9 liter V6, if I remember correctly. Yep, 2.9 liter V6 twin turbo, pushing around 550 horsepower. And the Audi R8, 580 horsepower, 5.2 liter V10. And the Ferrari is going to have the better horsepower application with acceleration and the agile handling through some of this faster stuff. And there goes Palaniuk with a big send onto Paisa in through turn 4. I'm not sure how clean and tidy that was out of Team Blue, but he gives that position back to Paisa very quickly. So I think he knows he made a small mistake there and let the other driver go. And that's teamsmanship, or that's sportsmanship for sure. Love to see it. Hate to see the dirty driving, but love to see the sportsmanship and giving positions back when absolutely necessary to do so. Because sometimes it is necessary to do so when you make a unforced error or you make a mistake that kind of sets your own race off or another driver's race off. Let's check out Shooter McGavin chasing down Burt Macklin, or we can keep on board with this one as Suniga chases down Kevin Palaniuk. Back to Shooter McGavin chasing down Burt Macklin. Shooter McGavin's been on a rampage all season long. He's basically been driving out of his class and will definitely be promoted by the end of this 15 minutes to the pro category. He's been driving out of his skin basically for the category that he's been placed into. He's even been qualifying with the pros based on how fast and consistent he has been. Coming in towards turn 1, he's still chasing down Spencer Braun, having a bit of an incident, it looks like. Not sure with whom. He's able to get through and he's still driving forward. That might have been John Malott that he was involved in an incident with. 2/10 separating the 69 and the number 4. The number 4 drifts a little bit far wide, pinches the 69 down, unable to get a move done at turn 3, excuse me, and on our way towards turn 4. Schlossesgold and the beautiful Roush banner. Without Googling, I want someone to tell me what the Roush sponsorship is actually for. What do you think that Roush does? They are a sponsor of the Red Bull team. You'll see that wearing it. You'll see Max Verstappen wearing Jacob Stofko with the fastest lap of the race with a 28.1 in race trim. Holy smokes, the guy is flying out there right now. I think a 28 flat was what we said was the pole qualifying time. He's basically doing qualifying runs, 2.1 ahead of Mike Bowen. Sogren chasing down Neil Kerbel. The 38 chases the 395. 20 laps into this race. Can Neil Kerbel keep on holding on to positions? He was in third place with Peter Hutchinson chasing him down and obviously lost a few positions getting past at the entrance towards turn 3. And now Neil Kerbel's working his way back forward, got past Sogren before, and now is to defend against the BMW, chasing him down. Battling here between Daniel Hirsch, Jay Paisa, and Samuel Suniga. And Hirsch trying to go up the inside line at turn 10 at Red Bull Mobile. And now it's single file line. So, Peter Hutchings with a 28.1, snatches away the fastest lap of the race. Jay Pisa goes a little bit deep and wide at turn 3, and the 48 is able to capitalize on the opportunity, drives right on through, does not need a second invitation, and keeps on going forward. Nice drive out of Daniel Hirsch. Unfortunate for Pisa, but that was not his battle to be in. His battle is with the rest of the AMs, Tyler Morgan, Don Donovan, and Buggy Watt. Buggy Watt still has not taken his pit stop. And where did Max Power end up after pitting from the lead? Max Power ended up in 9th place overall. Here's Eric Akasian chasing down, I believe this is going to be Artur Jimenez in front of him. Yes, it is. The 44 and the 55. Getting close on track, and there goes a look from Akasian into Artur Jimenez's rear wing. And he's getting awfully close there at turn 3. And now down the 3rd straightaway. Don Donovan trying to get past Buggy Watt. The 333 trying to overtake the 410 who has not taken his pit stop yet. Buggy Watt on the defensive quite a bit. Another fastest lap out of Hutchings. A 28.147 that last lap around. He is setting the race pace. Buggy Watt in front of Don Donovan, and then Artur Jimenez chasing down or being chased down by Eric Akasian. Four-way battle here that is going to take place. Don Donovan trying to get past Buggy Watt here coming in towards turn 10. Nose to tail for all the drivers up the inside line, and then a little bit of touching there as Don Donovan forces Buggy Watt into turn 10, and now Buggy Watt is under threat. Artur Jimenez is able to get through. Will Eric Akasian also be able to slip in the rear of that car in front? The AMG, he tucks back in very neatly. Let's take an overhead view of this. Eric Akasian trying to follow the AMG through. This will be the best line to take, as you know he's going to have the real estate through turn 2 and now through turn 3. Eric Akasian wiggling and weaving and trying to go the long way around, and it's 3 wide in turn 3, and they all come together. Buggy Watt gets the worst of it though, goes off into turn 3's runoff area, but Eric Akasian gets past Artur Jimenez in the long run. The 44 gets passed by the 55. Tyler Morgan gives up position to Cooper Atherton, as Atherton is not really in this race for himself. Well, in Tyler Morgan's race. Tyler Morgan's race is with Don Donovan in that 333. He's got a long way to go to catch up to him. Wes Romery still down in 29th position, and Nelson Hernandez in 24th. And in 4th and 7th position now for the two drivers. 21 points going to Nelson Hernandez, and 13 points going to Wes Romery. Oh, this is going to be so close. Oh, this is going to be so close. Because Buggy Watt, oh my goodness, this is going to throw a wrench into everything. Tyler Morgan coming into the pits for the second time now. Where does he come out on track? Ahead of Wes Romery? Because this will shake things up in a bad way for Wes. The 444 could be stuck now. Nelson Hernandez now into 3rd place. He would gain 25 points Where does Buggy Walk come out on circuit? Behind Wes Romery. Okay. Third place for Hernandez. And sixth place for Wes. This is crazy. 9 points separated them going into this. Nelson Hernandez, if it finishes like this, will win the championship by a single point. Nelson Hernandez will win this by a single point if it ends like this. Yes. No, he will lose by a single point if it ends like this. Let me bust out a calculator. 268 minus 257 is 11-point difference. Nelson Hernandez needs a single point to tie up the championship. This is absolutely nutty. I have never seen a championship this close being decided at the final race with 5.5 minutes left to go. This is one of the most exciting championship leagues that I broadcast for in a very long time. And it's not due to the racing, it's due to the consistency and the longevity of this season. This has been an amazing series to broadcast for all 12 races, and I'm happy that everybody stuck around to the bitter end. We've still got more racing yet to come. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. Check out Jacob Stofko in the lead of this race, taking back the fastest lap with a 28.1 a few laps ago. Mike Bowen in P2, Peter Hutchings in P3, Neil Kerbel in P4, Sogren in P5. There goes Sogren up the outside line, trying to get a move around Neil Kerbel, and he is able to do it at turn 4. Very clean overtake, just put the horsepower down, almost like he had DRS activated around Neil Kerbel. Samuel Saniga able to get around Palaniuk, or are they inverting positions? They're changing out positions left, right, and center. Saniga in the Honda NSX battling it out with the Ferrari of Kevin Palaniuk, tucked in behind at turn 10. There's Daniel Hirsch lurking in the background in that number 48, trying to get a move done on the 276. Up the inside towards turn 1, doesn't go to the racing line, now gets by Palaniuk as well. And Palaniuk goes a little bit wide. The number 48 trying to hold on to that position, but can't get through. Suniga does instead. And a little bit of touching there between the 48 and the number 19. The 19 trying to snap back at turn 3, but can't quite get there in time. Eric Akasi and Cooper Atherton, Norris Yu, the battling trio for 14th, 15th, and 16th. Kakasian's made his way all the way back from the back of the pack. Oh, big tank slapper there going over the sausage curbs. And it looks like Cooper Atherton travels back into the slipstream of the number 55 GTR. Holds on to fast. Cooper Atherton won't look to the inside line, stays on the racing circuit. Just barely, though, using all the track that he's bought and paid for. And they're all single file in a train behind Norris U. This is where things get interesting. Who can follow the best? Who can lead the best? Eric Gakosian on the optimal racing line gives a little touch there to Norris U, but nothing too bad. A little touch is all she wrote. And now Eric Gakosian on the racing line again. Norris U on the defensive coming in through turn 6. Side by side racing, we have it here at the DRL, and in through turn 7, more side-by-side action, and almost forcing a 3 wide as Cooper Atherton trailing behind Eric Gakosian. Might give him the bump in the rump, the NASCAR move, and slipstream right in, but there's not enough overlap there for Cooper Atherton to slip in front of Norris U. U goes a little bit wide at turn 9, in through turn 10 we go, and it's single file line, the two McLarens trailing each other. And Eric Gakosian driving off into the distance to get behind Russ Money and Wes Romery. There's a big move out of Cooper Atherton. Switchback engage, trying to go through, but went a little too deep at turn 1, it looks like.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Leader's on the final lap, and Wes Romery, no. I saw a yellow flag for Wes Romery coming out of turn 1. And Buggy Watt got by. And that's all she wrote. And the championship has been decided for the Pro-Ams now. And it looks like Norris U runs into the back of Russ Money, if I'm not mistaken. And there on the optimum line is the 720S, but Norris U huge on the defensive right now, and Wes Romery gets passed by the rest of the AM category, and that'll be it for the championship. Nelson Hernandez will secure victory again. I want to talk to Wes, not to rub it in, but to talk to him about what was going through his head through this event, because man, oh man, this was a spicy one for sure. Wes Romery not getting the best out of himself. Jacob Stofko, though, did get the best out of himself with 30 laps finished. Leads the race and takes us to the finish line in the Ferrari number 34. Peter Hutchings in P2. Mike Bowen in P3. Oliver Sogren 14.5 seconds back. Battling it out with Neil Kerbel. 4th and 5th place for them. Spencer Braun is going to bring it home in 6th place. Burt Macklin is going to bring it home in 7th place in the number 4 Ford Mustang. The first of the Fords representing USA. Well, he's actually representing Canada for the Sandbag City, but representing the USA. And then Shooter McGavin, the number 69, nice, in 1st place for his category, will secure the championship. Max Power in 9th place. Mitch Nairati going to bring it home in 10th place. Evans Vorg in 11th. Artur Hermanis in 12th position in the number 44. Don Donovan in the 333 in 13th position. 1st place for his category. Again, that's 3 victories in a row for Don Donovan. Eric Gakosian is going to bring home 14th position after starting at the rear of the field. Cooper Atherton in the 720S in the number 720 is in 15th place. Norris U, then Daniel Hirsch, Samuel Suniga, Kevin Palaniuk, Jay Pice, Sean Ches, Nelson Hernandez, Frank Castle, John Malott, Buggy Watt, Russell Stanford, Don Fossman, and Wes Romery rounding out the participants here tonight. Man, oh man, let's go to the ending soon screen and we'll pull up a replay. of this event, and we'll get some of the drivers in to talk to them about their championship so far. Ooh, man, that was a fun one.
Hello.
Hello, Don Donovan. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing great today.
Yeah.
What a great last race.
Yeah, what a great last race. First place for you in the category. You walked away with 3 back-to-back victories, if I'm not mistaken. And had you been here for the rest of it, what do you think your championship would have looked like?
I think I might have had it. If I was here for the rest, I think I could have gotten it in the M class for sure.
Especially with your consistency that you're obviously showing. I think your worst result so far, just off the top of my head, I feel like your worst result was maybe a P6, maybe a P7, but everything else is just a DNS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, this could have been your championship to win against guys like Wes Romery and Nelson Hernandez, who were a little up and down with their season so far. You think you could have had the consistency to bring it home to the very end?
I think so. But those guys, they might surprise you. Wes is a great driver, so he could have definitely, gave me a shot for my money. But yeah, I do think I could have had it.
Now, how do you feel about circuits like the 24-hour of Nords? Do you think you could have brought it to Wes Romery in that race?
Oh, absolutely not. That is his track. I will give it to him. He is the master of Nords. So, yeah, he can have that one.
Yeah, he is the championship of Nords. He did so well in that race. That was the first one I remember catching him in, and that was really the start of his resurgence. And it's a darn shame that he basically would have lost the championship, or he would have won the championship by 1 point until he had a slip up at turn 1 and got passed by Buggy Watt. Otherwise, now the championship standings are a little bit more skewed. I believe Nelson Hernandez has won.
What? Wait, so this race he spun out?
Yeah, this race, Wes Romery did not have a great race. And the way it was looking with Nelson Hernandez in 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, and Wes in 6th, they went into the championship with 11 points separating them, right?
Uh-huh.
Nelson Hernandez would have gotten a 10-point lead, or 10 points ahead of Wes, had they had finished 3rd and 6th. Wes would have won by a single point if they had finished like that. But
oh my
he
gosh,
had a slip up in towards turn 1 that we didn't catch on stream, but then Buggy Watt got past him, and so did the rest of the field in the AM category, and that was just it. And it was almost on the last lap too. It was
wow.
This was
I don't think that was
end.
turn 1. I think that was it was toward like halfway through the track, because I passed him with Buggy. I think Buggy was behind me, but
man.
I think someone else hit him. I'd have to check, but yeah. That's devastating.
That is absolutely devastating, because Wes had an atrocious start to the race. He had damage. He was driving around, limping that AMG around for a few laps before deciding to pit, and then just could not bring it home cleanly. And my heart goes out to him, because he deserved the win too.
Yeah.
Nelson Hernandez came back after having some mechanical issues, able to just recover so well after that mechanical issue, and just come back and take a 3rd place to secure the championship. He deserves one too.
Right. Yeah, Nelson was cooking there. He was behind me for a minute, and he had me worried for a little bit there. But it's crazy to hear that Wes is, might not win, and I don't know. They're both great racers, so whoever gets it, congrats.
And there's always season 4 to decide who the real champion is, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it might be me. Just put it out there.
You're showing up in full force for next season, then?
Oh yeah, no, I'll be here. I got my wheel like over halfway through the season, so I gotta catch up. I gotta put some work in.
Absolutely, Don. Thank you very much for joining me. I see we've got Jay Paisa and Shooter McGavin. I'll talk to them, but good luck to you for next season. We'll talk to you soon, Don. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, brother.
All right, thank you. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. And we're watching that amazing bumping and grinding that Don Donovan had with Mitch Nairati earlier, and that was quite exciting to see more moves out of Don Donovan here as he gets bumping and grinding with Nairati. There it is, coming down the second straight, just touching wheel to wheel over and over and over again. Amazing racing out of these drivers. Let's talk to Jay Paisa. Jay Paisa, the third place in the category. Jay, congratulations on the podium finish for your class.
Thanks, man. That was an exciting race.
Yeah, it sure was. You were battling all over the place. What was your favorite battle, if not of the entire championship, of this race at least?
I like getting to mix it up with the pro-ams and stuff, and yeah, it was just kind of a lot of calamity going into the turns, but no, this is a really fun track. You get to really push here. Absolutely,
it's basically a glorified oval circuit, right? Everything is pretty much either flat out, if not completely flat out. There's only 1 or 2 hard braking zones that you have to really contend with. Turns 9 and 10 are basically like a roller coaster. Red Bull Ring is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, my challenge, I was running no TC with the Audis, so coming out of turn 1 and coming out of turn 3 was just like, to the end of the stints there, it was just spinning tires there, just trying to stay alive. But yeah, on this track I find with the Saudi, you can't do any kind of TC, or otherwise you just get killed.
Oh man, that must have been a handful to deal with for sure then, especially driving with no TC coming out of those very slow corners, or you're just, kind of feather footing the throttle pedal to make sure that you get out of there with your life.
Just gotta milk it a bit, but no, shout out to Samantha Tan Racing, giving me a great car there. So yeah, I'm just glad, great season, glad to finish on the podium here, and thanks for a great season of calling these races in this degenerate league.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jay Paisa. I appreciate it. And here we're actually watching your battle with Tyler Morgan coming in through turn 6 now, and that was a bit hectic, coming through some of the fast stuff, the twisty bits as well. Were you battling with Tyler Morgan for position, or what was your thought process here?
Well, I know he had that Askin's pretty fast, and he had some fast lap times. So my goal was just to have a clean race and just try to finish it ahead of him. But yeah, I didn't want to mix it up too much because just knew I was had some of the other faster guys like Nelson and that behind. So just wanted to battle, but not give up too much lap time.
And looking forward to season 4. What are your expectations going into the next season?
Well, we got to put some funding together. Not sure if we'll be able to do a full-time schedule, but again, shout out to Samantha Tan. Maybe we can get some money together and come back for another full season in AM.
Absolutely. We're hoping we can do so, and hopefully we can find some funding for the broadcasters as well. If you and Samantha Tan can put your heads together to find some money for me, I'd greatly appreciate that too, Jay.
Would love it too. I mean, Audi, I know they're going in a different direction in terms of not supporting GT, but yeah, if anybody could donate, let's throw some money to this.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jay, for the love. I appreciate you, man. And we'll talk to you next season when things get spiced up. Are you actually doing the endurance race on the 14th with DRL, Trackalicious, SRA, all those guys?
We're gonna look for some funding. We're gonna try and put something together to do that.
It sounds great, brother. Hopefully we'll see you on the track on the 14th. Thank you very much for joining me, brother. And as always, stay safe, my friend.
Hasta luego.
Jay Paisa battling out with Samuel Saniga on track as well. Trying to find the overtake coming into turn 9 and turn 10. I think this might be where Saniga gets spun out on his own. More Jay Paisa action as he chases down Daniel Hirsch. and is able to get the overtake done. Or Hirsch trying to get through on Jay Paisa here. The battle for the 48 and the 135. Up the inside goes the 48 and on his way through, done and dusted. Let's talk to Shooter McGavin. Shooter McGavin, I believe
Hi.
you are a championship winner here at the DRL over Evans Vorg and Sean Ches in your class for the Pro-Am standings. Well, basically everybody knows that you were an imposter anyways, right?
Well, it's been a long time coming. That's the thing. The 2 seasons before you turned up, I was dreadful. So I feel like I don't know, maybe the car, or maybe I've just gotten a little bit more consistent. But it's sure seemed like I was in the top 3 a lot. So yeah, worked out well.
I think you've been nothing but the top 3 in every single race that you've partaken in so far. I see your drop rounds being a 3rd place and 1 DNS. So I think you're an imposter among thieves here.
The thing is that they're gonna put me up to pro, and I'm never gonna talk to you again. That'll be it. I'll never get top 3 up there. So I feel like this is gonna be our last conversation on stream. So to all the big McGavin fans, see you later. You'll never hear from me again.
Yeah, a one-stop shop here for Shooter McGavin. He's had his 10 minutes of glory and fame, and now he's falling to the wayside. Well, to be honest with you, it's because that pro category is so stacked with hefty
It's
drivers.
insane. Yeah, and they keep inviting more quick guys in. The new guy today, I'm just like, what? Another fast guy? You got to get rid of those guys. We want just the guys who can barely race up top. But it's much more fun. You don't need more aliens.
Yeah, we're gonna start clipping. I think we're gonna start clipping the pro drivers into just to call them the alien class, basically. Leave the 5 or 6 of them in there and start bumping drivers down back into the Pro-Am. Stack the Pro-Ams with a whole bunch of random drivers, right? I think that's the way to go. Bring the Pro-Am drivers down to AMs, and then promote guys like Shooter McGavin just up into the Pro-Am pro category. Are we creating a 4th class? What's the strategy here?
Yeah, I think that's just fine. Yeah, I'll just whatever we can do to make me win, I'm all for it. Yeah.
We'll bump
No,
you
it's
down
been a fun season. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great season, to be honest with you. And the championship has stayed tremendously close all season long, despite the kind of hit-miss-hit results that some people have seen. But the championship points, because of the 2 drop rounds and the 12 rounds total, has remained extremely exciting all the way down to the last one.
Yeah. Evan's been super quick every single race. So it's been tough to. He had a good streak of wins. So it's been super close between us 2, and just pipped him. But I'm sure he'll beat me. I'm sure he'll go up to pro as well next season, and he'll probably beat me next season because he's super quick. And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And then Hamani as well coming back at the end, and he was super quick too. So yeah, a lot of fun with those 2 guys.
Absolutely. And do you see yourself driving another full season next time around here at the DRL?
Of course, yeah. I'm a lifer. Yeah, they'll have to kick me out before I leave. That's for sure.
Oh, right on. Glad to hear it. And we're seeing Wes Romery get around Russell Stanford, and your car is just a little bit ahead of these 2 vehicles, avoiding all the carnage from behind. Did you have any real issues or calamity that took place in your race, or was it mostly clean for you?
At the second lap, I went down the inside of Nyrad's, and then I think it ended up being 3 wide. So there's a bit of side bump in there, and then I passed Norris, and he missed his braking spot and just hit the side of me, but I didn't even feel it, and he spun around. So other than that, I think it was fairly clean. Sorry to anybody that I did take out. If I did, I don't think I did. I think I got the pass done on Evan pretty quick, and then I just try to manage the gap as much as I could.
Hey, did a good job of doing it. Despite all that cocaine for the cocaine McLaren, you've been able to stay ahead of him for most of this. And you're absolutely right. I was just checking, see what streak you were talking about that Evans Vorg was on. He actually was 4 for 4 in the last races that he showed up in. The only race that he didn't win was the one he didn't show up to for the last 5 races. amazing.
Yeah, he was hunting me down for sure. So it was a lot of fun trying to pick up seconds and thirds, just trying to keep that points gap the same. So yeah, no, he's super quick. So it was a fun season.
Yeah, really great season. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Shooter McGavin. Really appreciate all of your love and the participation all around. Is there anything else that you want to talk about or anything I may have missed before I let you go?
No, just thanks for you. You've done an awesome job all season. It's been a lot of fun watching the streams. So yeah, can't wait to watch this one.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. McGavin. Take care, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, see ya.
And that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight, everybody. It's been a wonderful season commentating for the DRL. Thank you so much for all the love and support you guys have given all season long. I really appreciate it. You guys have been a fantastic group of people to commentate for, and the amount of support that I've received has been tremendous. So thank you so much as we watch the race winner get to the finish line and do his donuts here. With that, as always, I gotta say, everybody, again, thank you so much. But as always, for the final time, have a great night, and please stay safe. Good night, everybody.